Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another 213 Crispy video. And today we have ourselves kind of a unique situation slash new project. I was offered this particular boat, and sight unseen, they offered me, or they told me that they had a RC boat for sale for 20 bucks. I said, okay, I'm interested in seeing that. So, gentleman goes and gets it, and then as he's on his way up the steps, he tells me that it's a nitro boat, and that he used to do a bunch of nitro and airplanes and stuff like that. And I said, I'm just going to go ahead and offer you the $20 without even seeing it, because I don't care if it's nitro and it's a boat and it's $20, it's sold. I don't care what condition it is. I don't care if it had a motor. I don't care. It's $20. You can't argue. So, I have glanced at this thing, but I have not really torn it apart, looked at it, done anything with it. This is going to be a new project of ours. I'm probably going to take my time with this particular boat, unlike the last one where I felt like I rushed the Miss Budweiser. This one, I think, due to the weather restraints that we've got going on, today is officially the first day of fall, so yeah, I think water temperatures and stuff's going to start getting real bad. So with the weather dropping and the water temperature going to be starting to drop soon with it, boating is going to be coming to a near stop here with me soon. So I'm going to try to do some boat stuff during the winter, like paint, maybe some modifications, that kind of stuff, and we'll do some videos together while doing that. But for the most part, we're not going to get the chance or the opportunity to do a lot of runs, but we got our Mountain Dew, so we're good there. So let's go ahead, without further ado, and let's go ahead and get our girl out and take a look and see what we got in the box. So this is a Traxxas Nitro Vee is the name. And let me flip the box around so you guys can see it. It is the ready to run, or RTS, which is ready to start. And it has the electrical starting system that goes along with it, which unfortunately they were not the best of designs to begin with back when this boat was new. I don't know the exact date or the history completely with this thing, but again, it's $20. So first impressions, it's ugly and it's dirty. My expectations for this boat is pretty freaking small, just for the simple fact that it's $20 and I know it's old. So let's go ahead. Let's go and pull the boat out, but let's set it behind us for now. Oh. Okay, so inside the box, got a bag of goodies. We'll go over that here in a minute. Looks like the stand to the boat, plastic pieces, got the wonderful electric battery, and the easy start system. Man, this brings back old days of the old T-Max, the old hunk of junk. So I know it's the same system, so yeah, that's what that is. It's got a battery charger, which is a 7.2 amp 800 milliamp dynamite NiCad charger. Doesn't even look like it's been used, probably hasn't. Looks like a bag full of servo. Yeah, looks like they're servo. Yep. So servo gears that go on your servo. Looks like I got a bag of a couple factory wrenches, some more factory tools, like a 4-way, couple wrenches. Looks like maybe a pin, some kind of shear pin, Allen wrench or two, a Traxxas Tower Hobbytown USA for $24. Golly, for a new Traxxas steering servo. I don't know if this one's new or not, judging by the non-wear that I see. I don't think this has been used. The next question is it free? It don't feel like it, but I'll figure that out later. A mystery bag. This is where the fun starts. A new prop. That's $6, might I add. So Hobbytown, yep, Hobbytown USA retail price $6 for a new OEM prop. That's kind of cool. Tower Hobbies USA. It looks like a universal joint. Probably, yep, universal joint. Yep, U-joint. That's $5. Man, there's a throwback of time. Number 8 McCoy plug from MIP for $5. Carbon Speed Duratrax glow plug. Some super blue silicone fuel tubing, 2 feet long. An empty packaging. Another number 8 McCoy 2-pack. Another glow plug. What was this? Another propeller with looks like some washers, but the propeller's missing. And looks like another bag of glow plugs. Yep, some more glow plugs. Got a sales receipt in here. Looks like a bunch of parts. Yep. Trash, trash, and trash. Another 3/8 wrench. And the old school radio. So, between that and your OEM manual. So, let's get this readjusted. We're going to go ahead and dive into our boat. And I'll bring you guys right back. And we're going to get set up to get a little closer. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and get ourselves set up. Ooh. So this is the old transmitter. And it runs off of, what is that, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. 8 AA's. Throttle, steering, left, right, steering, rudder control, throttle control. Old school 27.145 megahertz. Man, this thing is a dinosaur. This is, honestly, this might be worth something just for the fact of the nostalgia purpose of it, but I'm probably not going to use that. You know what? I might use that just for shits and giggles. Just because it's old and it's cool. So, we have the original manuals. If I had to bet, this boat was probably manufactured in around early 2000s, late 1990s, so 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. Inside here, it looks like we've got our schematics, which is actually pretty cool that it has all of that information. Kind of gives you some adjustment tips on how to adjust your prop up and down, which is actually kind of cool. Quick reference sheet on how to set up the carburetor, which actually is nice, that it's simple, clear, easy to read, not having to dig through this little tiny thing to try to find it. But this is the TRX Nitro engine, so I believe it's the 0.12 that's in here. We'll find that out in a minute. But same thing, glow plug, throttle, tanks, air cleaning, how to check and repair everything. Pretty simple, straightforward. Nothing fancy. Kind of cool. And a warranty. There you go. Gotta always make sure you fill out your warranty and send that into that address. Yeah, I'm sure Traxxas is nowhere near that address anymore, but I could be wrong. So, another exploded view of the engine and the carburetor, which is kind of nice. I don't see a date on any of this anywhere, actually. So, anywho, enough with the paperwork. I know you guys are here for the boat, so let's take a look. So, I'm going to take off the cover. First things first. OMG. This thing is dirty, it's grimy, it's disgusting, it stinks, and it's a piece of poop. That's the best way I can word this thing. I mean, even just it's sticky, it's grimy, it's a $20 boat. So, you know what? Nope, I know it ain't gonna work because I don't have any other batteries that fits this. And this thing is dead. So, that ain't gonna work. I wonder if this thing's free. Holy crap. Nope, that's the clutch. Oh, I already see the first big problem. Oh, that's no bueno. This thing's got a big ass crack in it. So, you can see it probably right here, all the way down this hall to about right there. Yes, I'm probably gonna end up patching that up. It's plastic. I'm not gonna make it look good because honestly, this boat's probably not going to stay here for very long. But yeah. God, there's just so much crap on this thing. It just the stupid automatic glow plug igniter, which never works right, or at least not in my experience at the T-Max days. So that's that wire. Then these three go to your electrical motor. Let's see if I can't get my fingers in here. Oh, she turns. There's life in this boat after all. So the motor's not completely seized, which is nice. I see 4 screws holding the motor down onto the plate, which is nice. Honestly, I have no clue what this motor is for down here. What in the world is this shenanigans? So, somebody's upgraded some lines on this thing at one point. So they put some new water hosing on here. And where did the dump go to? Oh, dump goes onto the muffler, which honestly is stupid, but whatever. Wait a minute. That can't be normal. I just now noticed this. So, water intake goes in, goes around the head and comes out. But then it comes out of the head and goes off of a T back into the exhaust manifold. Why? Somebody respond to this and let me know why this is this way. Why is this T here going into the manifold? Because that has me stumped. I would have just been under the assumption that it would have dumped straight back, or maybe why. No, you can't. Yeah, you can't. No. It's probably supposed to have originally gone out of the head and into the exhaust manifold, which then the rubber hose would dump all of the fuel and vapors and everything else out the tailpipe, which is, this thing is a joke. Yeah. So, will it run? Oh, I'll get it to run. That's the whole purpose of why I bought this thing. How well will it run? I don't know. We'll see. Let's pull off. I mean, you can see what I'm talking about on just how bad some of this stuff is. Like, let me flip it over so you can see the back. So the back end of this thing is just covered in old, like, nitro fuel, and it's gruddy, nasty. They used double-sided Velcro to try to get this. Like, that's how bad this is. This is literally just sitting on here, and the fuel had ate away, and you can just rub it off with your finger. Like, that is disgusting. And a rating of 1 to 10, I would judge this boat in about a 2. That's how disgusting dirty it is. But hey, for $20, I can't expect a whole lot. And then, as for the running gear of the boat, let's see if I can't zoom you guys in here. So, it's kind of a unique system where it runs on looks like a push-pull on a servo. So, one arm, 2 linkages coming back, and this is where that universal joint comes into play. So instead of it just running off of the rudder to turn, it's actually turning the prop. Again, I don't know why you would design this instead of just making a plastic turn pin or metal, but I guess this was cheaper and easier to design, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's tinker with a little bit of this here real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. So, some of you guys know that I am a old electrical racer back in the days when Nike had batteries were kind of starting to go out, nickel metal hydrates are starting to come in, and all of that fun jazz. So, let's pump this guy up. So, anywho, so I'm used to the old analog days of like the old remote controls, the old batteries. I will say that odds are this battery is shot, but we're going to give it the old charger a go just to see what happens. I'm expecting this thing to do pretty much absolutely nothing, but I'll be shocked if this actually works. We'll see. But while I'm letting this thing charge for a few minutes, we're going to have a little conversation. So I'll give you a brief history of my RC stuff and kind of help you understand where I'm trying to go with this. I grew up in the era of the original RC10T truck. My father raced that, and my brother raced the Losi, I believe it was the XXXT or the XXT or XT, I don't remember, but it was, I think it was the XXXT. So they both raced stadium trucks on dirt, and I was probably 7 at the time, 6, 7, maybe 7, maybe 8, I don't remember. I was young, I do know that. And then a couple years later, me and my brother both got a RC10 LSO pan car. By the way, if anybody has one or knows where one is for sale at a really good price, let me know. I want to buy one back because I sold mine like an idiot when I was younger because I needed money and I was stupid. But I would like to find one again. So, but that car I want to say we got that for Christmas. I was probably 11. Yeah, 10. So that would have been 22 years ago. So what is this now? 2019, so what would that be, mid-90s? Yeah, 94, 95 maybe, 96, somewhere right around there. I grew up racing a spec class on the RC10 LSO at the age of, I'm going to say 10, 11, 12. Probably 11. I'm going to go with 11. I ran a spec class, so what I mean by spec class is the hobby shop that we were racing at only provided you with a spec motor. You were not allowed to open it, and it was inspected after every race to make sure. So you had to run a specified spec motor, and it was turned down so it wasn't nothing like super uber. It was designed for basically kids like myself that wanted to get into the hobby, didn't need to go fast because we're young and stupid. We don't know what we're doing. I use that word vaguely, but we're inexperienced and we're little. We don't need to be going as fast as we can go with modified motors. Keep in mind, this was before brushless motors came out. So we were running motors that were extremely simple, and we were running homemade 6-cell red cell batteries. I'm going to get some of this stuff from my brother and my father, and we're going to have kind of a video on some old RC stuff that I still have access to. Thanks, motorcycle. Anywho, so a spec motor, and that motor was like $10, $15. It was not an expensive motor. It had to have a set pinion, and that was it. So motor and pinion, and you can run anything else you wanted, as long as it was a pan car design. So I grew up racing that at a really young age. Ran that for 4 or 5 years. That hobby shop closed. So kind of everything kind of died off in the late 90s around the area. Not much is going on. I grew up a little bit older, so now we're talking early 2000s. I graduated high school in 2003, so that would put, I'm gonna say 2002, 2003, 2004. I got back into the hobby again, picked up a Traxxas T-Max, and I had a RC10 TC3. So Touring Car 3 is what that one stood for, and I did a lot of oval racing with that, and again in another spec class at another local hobby shop that had went in, and I enjoyed that a lot. And I was 16, 17, 18 racing against people that were my age now, 30s and 40s and 50s. I mean, they had thousands of dollars and everything, and I grew up by myself racing RC cars. Now, don't get me wrong, my dad helped me when I was younger, but long story short, I basically have done pretty much everything by myself when it comes to racing, especially my older age. But now I'm going to make a trip up to Ohio RC Factory, and I want to go check out and see what they've got to offer. And I'm going to see if I can't get the stepson involved in racing this winter. Probably for Christmas, I may get him something. I just don't know what. I got to go see what the track offers and see how they run things. It's about a 40-minute drive one way, and I'm willing to make those trips weekly or bi-weekly, however he wants to do it, because I don't have access to him every week. So it'll probably be a bi-weekly thing. And I'm going to race with him. I feel like that's the right thing to do, to spend time with him. I've talked to his mother, and I think she's along for it as well. And he is into robotics in junior high right now, so it's kind of one of those things where I feel like it's the right thing to do for him, more than it is me wanting to get back into the hobby. No offense, I love RCs, and I'm all for it, but I think it's the best thing for him. He's at that age where he's kind of making some questionable decisions and doing some inappropriate things for his age, and he's getting in trouble. So I'm trying to come up with some solutions to try to help steer him away from bad influences and so forth, and try to help him with keeping his head straight, basically. And that's one thing I grew up when I raced, coming in high school. I would work Friday nights. I used to work at Wendy's, and I had a Jeep at the time, and I paid the Jeep off by the time I turned 18. So I remember going down after work on Saturdays in the middle of the day. I would work an 8-hour shift and go home, grab the RC stuff, and go straight to the track, getting right off of work. And I wouldn't miss it for the world, honestly. But yeah, that's kind of my history of a nutshell and where I'm trying to steer this channel. So I'm going to plan on taking you guys along with me whenever I do go check out the Ohio RC Factory guys. I've already contacted them on Facebook. They are more than welcome for me to come up, chat, and see what they've got going on. I don't know if it's an indoor carpet and dirt. I know it's dirt for sure. And right now they've got a dirt oval and they've got a dirt off-road track. I just don't know if they have carpet. I heard my battery die, so I didn't ramble on very long. So I'm gonna go check out the RC Factory, or Ohio RC Factory guys, see what they've got going on for tracks for the winter. I just don't know what I want to do when it comes to what he's going to be interested in. I have no clue. He has interest in RCs, but doesn't show great interest. But I also think it's because I've not really given him the opportunity, and I kind of regret that, even though he's my stepson. So I still enjoy doing things with him. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I think this Saturday, so here in just a couple days, I'm filming this on a Wednesday night. We're going to go up, take a look. I'm going to take the camera, so you guys are going to come along with me. I'm going to do some recording. I'm going to walk around, see what everybody's running for vehicles. Is there other kids that are involved that are near his age? And what are they running? And then see what kind of classes that they offer. Not classes as in like how to drive a vehicle, but as in racing classes. See what kind of race class that they offer for newer drivers, and kind of see what we can do. Yeah, that's kind of my theory on what my plans are. So you may see more footage of me at the track, especially with the family. I'm all for it, which helps me with content with you guys. So don't get me wrong, boats are still going to be around, but with fall hitting and everything else, water temperature is going to start dropping, and here in Ohio we get ice and snow, and like it'll be 30 degrees in a matter of 2 months. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. So we gotta switch gears, kind of go with some vehicles, and I'm gonna have to buy probably 2, one for him and one for me, on whatever class that he's going to run. Then I'm gonna run with him, or I may not run and I'll just crew chief. I haven't figured that part out. Or I may run a different class. My interest personally is in dirt oval. I'm a big dirt oval race car fan to begin with. So I love late models and sprint cars and that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't be shocked if I don't go down that route. I just got to figure out what they're using. I don't know. I don't think they're using just a traditional pan car, because I believe they're running rubber tires, not foam. And I don't want to destroy a pan car chassis if it's too rough or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going with this. I'm killing some time while I'm letting this thing charge up pretty quick. It's already starting to get pretty warm. It's holding 11, it's up to 11 volts, and I'm charging this at 3 amps, which really 3 amps is minimal, but it's still faster than the freaking 800 milliamp charger that comes with it and the other 24-hour chargers that I've got floating around here. So I've not really I've really not stressed the new high-tech X1 charger. It's new to me. I bought it used off eBay. I think I bought that for 20 bucks, shipped to my door. I was in the market because I know where I'm wanting to go with the hobby. I needed to get something a little bit better, something I can charge batteries a little bit quicker, but I also needed something that does lipos. So that's where this came from. And yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna work on the Thundercat 31, which is the big white catamaran. The water pickup finally arrived for that. And then, so we're gonna put that on. And then I also need to do some work to my Sonic Wake. I think it's called Sonic Wake. I keep losing thrust. Something to do with the drive dog. The drive dog and the prop and the nut. Something isn't kosher. Like it just spins freely. I haven't figured that part out. It'll work fine for a little while and then it'll just kind of like stop working. So that's going to be tomorrow's project. I also need to start working on the Miss Budweiser again. I do have a new shaft for it because the old one that's in there does not play very well. Thank you, JJ. You're awesome. I owe you. So JJ had this from his boat. He had a Miss Budweiser that he flat out hated and sold because he's a hater like that and doesn't deal with small cheap ass boats. He's above, like, I'm down here and he's like way up here type thing. So this is telling me that I've got a full charge after 15 minutes. And it is warm though. So let's see what happens. So disconnect that. Disconnect my leads. Yes, I jerry-rigged this really quick to make that work. Don't hate. I don't see any lights coming on. It's not a good sign. This only goes on one way. It's got a flat corner. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. Let's, you know what? Just for shits and giggles. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we can't make a little boom. Let me get situated, and we're gonna try starting this guy real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So I put some of my homemade after-run oil in, turned it over, and it sounds a lot better, sounds a lot freer. So what we're gonna do is, I've got a little baby jar with a nipple on the end of it. I mean, this thing is tiny. This is just a normal glow plug. This is how tiny this thing is. Like, this thing's tiny, tiny. So what I did is I've got the throttle opened about, I don't know, a third of the way open. Should be enough to get me, to allow me to feed this with some fuel. And then allow me to put a glow plug on it. That's awesome. The little motor that could. Uh-oh. There you go, guys. So you just heard it. It's got the first start of our Nitro Vee based off an electric start system a little bottle fed action off of a little, I don't know what you call it, and a glow plug igniter. So I'm ecstatic with that. I knew these motors are no joke. Me and JJ joked about this. These nitro engines were the workhorse of Traxxas back in the day. They put these things in just about anything and everything that they could possibly think of, and they just flat out worked. Now they're not like uber fantastic. They suck, don't get me wrong, but they work. You're not going to get the performance out of it and everything else that you would expect, but it's not about performance. It's just about running and driving. These old engines, don't know what it is about it, but they move. So I'm awesome. I'm ecstatic with that. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna wrap this video up. I know I rambled along quite a bit. I was going to originally do this in 3 segments, but I figured instead we're gonna make it 1. And I appreciate you guys making it along this far to keep an eye on this with me and the project with that. So I appreciate you guys for hanging around, and I'm sorry it took so long to get my point across, but I hope you guys understand. I look forward to the new journey that we will be doing with this. Now, like I said, it's a Christmas gift and it's only October, so bear with me. I know it's a long time, so I'm going to try to come up with some other content. I do need to work on some lawnmowers that I've still got tucked around. There's also a snowblower that I need to do, so I may do a couple of those here in this fall. May take a little bit of a back door on the boats. Don't know yet, but I know I still, like I said, I still got to paint a couple. Still got to do some work on my original 3, and then yeah. So again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment down below. What is this for, this motor? Let me see if I can't get you guys a better look, because I don't know what it's for. That motor right there. Anybody have an idea? So it is linked to, what was it linked to? I thought it was connected to this spur gear whenever I was using the electric start. So that can't be the electric start if that's the electric start motor. Or did it use 2... You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's find out again. Nope. I don't know what that's for. Because it looks like it's supposed to go... It's perfectly in line. Yeah, there it goes. See, it flips over, and it lines up with the teeth on the clutch, right here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. So it spins. I don't get it. I really don't know what that's for. And without tracking the wiring, which I haven't obviously gotten that far to figure that part of it out, but I've never seen anything like that. So let me know if you guys know what this is, what it's for. More of a curiosity thing than anything else. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a future project slash hey, let's get it out on the water and see what happens type thing, and then tear it apart this winter and rebuild it. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet, but I'd like to get it on the water at least once this year, just to give it a shakedown, see what's going on. I know I'm rambling. I'm done, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if you know what this is, or if you got suggestions on racing for electric cars. And don't forget the subscriptions, and I appreciate any of you guys that have already subscribed. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing these videos. So thank you all for watching, and have a good one.